As the rain poured down in sheets outside, Elena sat in the dimly lit library, her fingers tracing the edges of a worn-out novel. She'd always found solace in books, especially during nights like these when the storm seemed to echo the turmoil in her heart. But tonight there was something different in the air, an electricity that had nothing to do with the storm. Just as she turned the page, the door creaked open, and in stepped Adrian, dripping wet from the rain, his sharp gaze immediately locking onto her. He wasn't supposed to be here. They'd parted ways months ago, but something in his dark eyes told her he had no intention of staying away any longer. Elena. His voice was a low growl, rich with desire and regret. I couldn't stay away. Her heart raced. She should tell him to leave, to go back to the life they had agreed to live apart. But her body betrayed her, heat pooling in her core as memories of their time together flooded her mind. She rose from the chair, the silence between them thick and suffocating. You shouldn't be here, she whispered, her voice betraying the yearning she felt. Adrian took a step forward, closing the space between them, his wet shirt clinging to the hard lines of his chest. Maybe not, he murmured, but I'm here, and I need you. Before she could respond, his lips were on hers, fierce and demanding. The kiss ignited a fire she thought had long been extinguished. His hands slid to her waist, pulling her flush against him as the world outside disappeared. Only the sound of their ragged breaths filled the room. I never stopped wanting you, he breathed against her lips, his voice hoarse. Elena's resolve crumbled. In this moment, nothing else mattered. Not the storm, not the past, not even the consequences. She pulled him closer, her hands tangling in his wet hair, her body aching for the touch only he could give. And as the rain continued to beat against the windows, they surrendered to the passion that had always burned between them, no longer held back by fear or regret. For tonight, nothing else existed but them.